BLACKPINK, Geo review, lyrics meaning, production breakdown, and the drop they've been promising. What is BLACKPINK's Geo about? BLACKPINK's Geo is a high-energy 2026 comeback single built around an unusually complex electronic drop. While production is technically ambitious, the lyrics meaning centers on themes of control and dominance, creating tension between intricate sound design and minimalist songwriting. Released in 2026 as BLACKPINK's first full group single in over 2 years, Geo arrives in a post-renewal era where the group has more visible creative control. It's the first track credited to all 4 members as co-writers, marking a shift from a traditional YG production template that defined their early run. The single appears on Deadline, the group's first EP since Born Pink hit #1 on the Billboard 200 in 2022. The pre-chorus does the heavy lifting. Jisoo's voice drops low and flat. You only move when I say so, and the whole production goes still. It's the quietest the song gets, and it's where the song is most itself. Then the chorus hits. How BLACKPINK's Geo drop is built. What circuit and Teddy build there isn't BLACKPINK's usual vacant third. The bass runs on FM synthesis, one oscillator bent against another, with modulation shifting subtly over time so the tone breathes and flexes instead of looping mechanically. A gated synth stutters across the top, a technique lifted from early 2000s trance. Beneath it, 5 distinct synth patches shift against each other in what producers call complextro, a method popularized during Porter Robinson's electro era to make a drop feel like machinery destabilizing on purpose. A Vancouver producer rebuilt the chorus inside Serum 2 and said it took 6.5 hours just approximate. For a K-pop title track, that an unusually intricate piece of engineering to be sitting inside a major label single. For a group often criticized for building hits around chant hooks and minimal drops, Geo is the first time the machinery feels more intricate than the slogan. That's a contradiction at the center of Geo, a technically ambitious production carrying lyrics that don't ask much of it. I'm on a mission, I'm in control, opens the song, a clean entry for Rosé, sitting high in the mix over percolating synths. The pre-chorus is where Jenny holds the room. March to the beat of my drum, 'cause when I call you, you're gonna come, delivered clipped and declarative, and it cuts. When the chorus arrives, there's nothing to hold on to. BLACKPINK will make YGO, repeated twice doesn't constitute a hook so much as a placeholder. The production has the complexity of a standalone electronic composition. The vocal sits on top of it like a label. The second verse leans into skeletal hip-hop, a familiar register, Teddy's fingerprints still visible. It works mostly because Lisa moves through it with enough ease that you stop noticing how little is happening lyrically. The acoustic guitars entering the bridge are processed so heavily with reverb and delay they stop being guitars at all. They dissolve into texture. Sidechain compression ducks everything under the kick, and for 90 seconds the song opens up. The bridge is the only section that sounds genuinely unguarded. When your heart is broken, baby, a darkness on the edge of town isn't a great lyric, but the way Rosé flattens the second line, as if tiredness is the honest response, gives a moment weight the chorus never quite reaches. Geo is also the first BLACKPINK song all 4 members wrote together. After 10 years, Jisoo, Jenny, Rosé, and Lisa are credited alongside Chris Martin and Circuit. That co-write is audible. The chorus directly samples a string loop from Coldplay's Viva La Vida, originally written by Chris Martin and produced by Brian Eno, embedding that Baroque motif inside a synthetic, industrial frame. It accounts for the opening synth line that feels oddly familiar before hardening into something sharper. The sample never dominates. It's absorbed into the production's frame. But it partly explains why the track sounds less like a YG template and more like something assembled from outside the system. Reaction online has split along predictable lines. Some listeners call it BLACKPINK's most technically advanced production to date. Others argue the chorus lacks the immediate grip of DDU or Pink Venom, and a vocal minority are frustrated by the absence of Korean lyrics across the EP. Both camps have a point, which is probably the most accurate thing you can say about a song that's structurally divided against itself. Whether Geo ultimately works may depend on what you listen for first, the engineering or the hook. The outro doesn't resolve the tension. The group chants BLACKPINK for roughly a minute while production fades. It might be a statement. It might be running out the clock. In the music video, the 4 members are pressed against oars, suspended, facing different directions, a group image that contains them while subtly separating them. It's a stranger, more compelling visual than any lyric on the record,